Welcome back to another episode of Culture Couture Podcast. I'm your host, Shannon Balenciaga. Here on Culture Couture, we're not just talking about fashion, we're dissecting it. We're occasionally throwing a little shade. What's a little shade without a little drama? Because that's what fashion is about. So today on Culture Couture, it's Guys Night Out. I'm joined with my fabulous co-hosts, Kalan and Niko, some of the sharpest minds, yet sassiest tongues in the industry. Hey guys, what's going on?
Hello.
What's up? What's happening?
So y'all ready? Y'all ready to kick this off? We're gonna get straight right into it. We're not even gonna do no small talk. We know
let's do it. Let's get it in. Let's get it in.
For the rodeo. I brought out a little vintage. We getting into it. Straight into it.
Period.
The man of the hour, Diddy, Mr. Love, Sean Combs. The men in the music industry, power seems to be falling like the house of cards. Cue that Diddy, baby. Kalan, tell me, what do you think about Diddy's situation?
Listen, Queen, it's the most unfortunate yet timely thing I think we've ever seen in our history. You know, he's one of the fathers of our generation of hip hop, right? Of pop culture, of music, of fashion, of Hollywood, of business. He represents so much, and if a titan like that can fall, any of us can. But I tell you, we saw it coming. Right. If you know, he already had not guilty and I'm filthy. Come on. Remember that lyric? And so this is not his first run in with the law. This is not his first run in with drama. It's unfortunate to see, but listen, at the end of the day, if the brother is guilty of what, and now everything is allegedly, and you know, we can't try him in the court of public opinion, but it seemed like it's just not going well for him, man. And I hate to hear it. But if they're gonna go after Dr. Cosby, if they're gonna go after everybody else, they got to go after him and keep it, you know, and keep some parity there. But it's hard to really see it because we're seeing stuff unfold all at the time, and it's a lot coming on. And I just don't want Brother Love and Diddy to really go through all of that, man. It's tough. What about you, Niko?
Well, I don't listen to rap, but I just know that. I don't know. It's all sounding incriminating. Like you're leaving the country. Like when you do your inspective gadget, you know, those kind of, you know, things when it comes to these kind of situations, which are horrible. You just have to think about the what's playing out, assess the issue. So the issue is he's been in multiple essays, accounts with people voluntarily, consensually, non-consensually, and then there's also been a homophobic thing, homosexual aspect to it all as well. I mean, which is fine because hey, but I think if you're gonna hide it, I don't know. I know people who have hid it for years and don't be out here doing stuff like that. So I think it's all about just being safe. But let me just get to the nitty gritty. If he's wrong, he's wrong. I think something is up because, again, why would you leave your kids to get arrested and handcuffed at your Los Angeles home and you're in where the GPS tracked your private jet or wherever he was? So it just seems suspicious. So I don't know. It looks like he did it. And it looks like once it looks like you did a little bit, it looks like you did all of it.
But I'm going to talk about, because Mother does have a little bit of history with the federal government. So like you said, Niko, it looks guilty. Now, I'm just going to say, I don't know anything. And Diddy has been nothing but wonderful to me. And from the occasions that I have been in his presence. But I will say the the government plays dirty. They're the biggest criminals.
Mm-hmm.
Don't believe everything that you see. And a lot of things that you see is a setup to make him look guilty in the public.
Mm-hmm.
All of this is a setup. Him having his kids in handcuffs, which they wouldn't do to our counterparts, is to make him bad. He wasn't, this was him leaving the country with his daughters on their spring break was already planned. They just did all of this. The government is very sneaky about what they do. They want to try you in public so that when you get to trial, if it ever gets there, they don't have to do much work. So we have to give people the benefit of doubt. You have to know that the government is shadier than the criminal. Okay? They're the biggest. So I'm not saying that Diddy is innocent by far in anything. We're all guilty of something. There's no man without a sin. But one thing that we have to be very careful, what they're doing to Diddy, they have done to me and they will do to you. So don't let them sit there and bamboozle you. So Diddy,
and what they have done, same thing they did to Michael Jackson. So that is the prime. We've
and
all
OJ,
grown up in it. And OJ Simpson.
So we're
and so many others, right? Like, but I tell you, the government, they do not play fair, but they know what they're doing, and so they're very strategic in how they operate, and also can manipulate the media. You got to realize there's only one entity in the country that can control the media. It's the federal government.
Yeah, and because they own it, not this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're going to move on to something that our people do own. Derek Lambert. Don't I look fresh? Get trashed, but he gets a toy and an endorsement deal. So let's check out this video.
Hey, I ain't fresh. I ain't fresh. You're not fresh. No. At all. No, sir. You just gotta take your L, bro.
So all I have to say is, where is my burger, Derek? I don't think Derek is bad looking. He's a handsome brother. I don't have a problem with his clothes because I actually prefer, and I'm a couture label girl, I prefer a man that look like him because then he won't be spending all the money. I will be. But I think bitches are out here, excuse me, calling you bitches. I'm so sorry. I just used the term endearment. I think y'all are, and those that I am calling a bitch, I'm just going to say it. You deserve to be clowning this man. You're the clown. I'm an equal opportunist, and this time I have to check us. Stop trying to come for these men. We always be on the wrong side of history. It's so many other things to talk about. Let this brother live. Move on. If you don't like him, there's somebody else out there for him. Baby, you can bring me a meal any day. I don't care if it's from McDonald's. We don't gotta go out to the most finest restaurant. I'll eat at Shoney's. I'll eat at, what's the other place at Cracker Barrel, or what's the other place that everybody talking about?
Hell, Jack in the Box. Give me a curly fry and a medium soda.
Baby, y'all be worried about the wrong thing.
But it's
hard. I have seen in this dating market, I have seen men take us from 5-star restaurants down to they don't even want to buy us a half a meal. And it's because of you lame bitches that men do that. So, men, there's some women out here that we don't care. I'm a cheap date. I don't drink. I don't eat seafood. I do like a filet mignon. I could eat the most $100 steak, or I could eat a $5 Happy Meal. Hello. Period. Just get you the right woman and be fine with it. Leave these scallywags alone.
Okay. Call her.
Are your DMs open, queen?
They always, but they
I love it
because they look at all this.
I'm not mad. Hey. Listen, look at what the brother had on. Like he was fresh out of our era. He was clean. He was clean cut. He had the polo was matched down to the New Balance, the teeth, the goatee. Everything was on point, right? He even took it back to he was, in Texas we say starch dine. He had the pants really crisp. There was nothing wrong with this brother here. And then if you analyze the entire picture, he was bringing somebody a meal, and it wasn't a little meal. It was the large size, right? So the boy knew how to feed people. And, yes, you're right. And then I'm like, stop playing. The comments were eating the ladies alive, which I appreciated, and they really gave a big up. But the biggest flex is the bag that the brother getting now. That's the flex, right? The toy deal, LRG. He talking about run up this bag for New Balance, right? He just really, you know, and now maybe the next time he'll be in his polo, his PK polo, headed to a nicer restaurant. But who cares, right? Because this brother got a job. This brother out here doing his thing, and let's support our black men, man. Like, it was lame to me, but it was so cool to see me in 1998, because that's what I looked like. That's what I had on. That's what I like. It was a nod to it, bro. It was real nostalgic for me. I loved it.
Period.
I loved it.
At least he wasn't sagging.
Oh God. Oh God.
And they don't even know. Like, that's not even what you think it is. Put your pants up before somebody starts to judge you. But I ain't gonna say nothing. You been to jail before?
Listen.
So we want to talk about U.S. ban on TikTok. Will this impact contents, influencers, and brand businesses?
No.
What do you guys think?
TikTok came last. I think will be all right.
Yeah, you know, for me personally, it won't, because I monetize on other platforms, but I know other influencers and other content creators that it will significantly hurt their reach and their revenue, right? TikTok pays more than, in terms of per view, they pay more than Google. They pay, you know, they pay more than Instagram, since Instagram stopped their algorithm. They don't pay more than Facebook. But Facebook is harder. Their algorithm is a lot different. So it does make it have an impact on content creators as well as small business owners. TikTok Shop has grown over 400%, right? Since September, when it 4,000% since September when it launched. So a lot of these small businesses that are giving off their products, the makeup lines, the electronics, their, you know, whatever they have, and they are really able to monetize. So having a potential ban, it's not there yet. It hasn't passed in the Senate, but having a potential ban can have some influences on what we call micro business. And so it's interesting to watch. I know a lot of people who can be negatively impacted by it, for real.
Well, this is a part of life. Things happen. But we're going to move on to breaking news. Chance the Rapper and his wife are divorcing. How do y'all feel about this? It's a hard time for lovers out there. Since COVID, we have seen people who've been married for 3 to 5 years become single again. Did y'all expect this? Did y'all think they were going to last? Or should they just stay in a relationship? Why continue to get married when you know you're going to end up in divorce?
I don't know. I think I'm single, so I just be like, oh, get away from me. But I just think from my perspective, I mean, you know, yes, because I'm like, I love being single. But I think at the end of the day, a lot of people who get into relationships are just like the people who are okay to be single. We've been there. We've been there where we were like, oh, should we get into this relationship, or should we just take this nigga money? Or should we just, you know, use him for the citizenship? Or should we use him because he has a nice car? Or should we use him because he'll set us up for a nice future? It's always something, some kind of way financial to gain or some type of benefit. Of course, Chance the Rapper, he's like A1, such a crossover artist in gospel and hip hop and R&B. So who doesn't want their name attached to him? I'd be like, I'll just be your stylist, girl. I ain't trying to marry you. You what kind of shoes you like?
But when you marry, you get benefits.
You're right. You're right.
So I'm not mad. It's a difference between you get a different type of status when you marry somebody. So you can ride that to another business to help you make money. If you have kids, it's just a part of the growing trend in Hollywood, should I say.
That's a good perspective. Good perspective.
Well,
period.
For me, it sucks. I never wanted a relationship to end. I mean, listen, I've been happily married for 15 years, four children. Love the institution of marriage, really believe in it. I don't want to see people who have pledged their lives together end it. However, sometimes that is just the way it goes. And so kudos to them for trying to stick it out, for trying to work it out. Just because he's a man of faith and a person of faith doesn't mean that they don't go through the same things that we go through, right? That anybody goes through. So I think it's just important to realize that, yo, man, stuff happens in relationships. And they'll bounce back from it. I think they'll be stronger from what I've understood from a friend of mine who knows Chance really well. He's heartbroken, but they feel like that there is, both of them are heartbroken, but there's just no way forward from what has happened. And so I just wish them the best. I don't want anybody's relationship to go crazy and stuff like that.
Yeah. It is really sad to hear. It is
Yeah.
really sad to hear, though.
So we're going to move on to the next segment, Walk That Walk. On Culture Couture, it's all about fashion. And because I brought a little something, the best of the Italian cashmere, we're going to talk about Milan Fashion Week, how it has inspired them to change this season. And I'm only going to say this season because we want to see how it works. The Black designers being highlighted. What do y'all think about Milan Fashion Week highlighting, putting a big spotlight on Black designers? Kaylin, what do you think?
Yeah, no, so I love it. About time. First off, let me say that it's about damn time, right? We need our shine. We are just as much as a part of this space as any other culture, if not more. When you look at the history of Black dandyism and how it's come out of Africa and how dandyism is permeated through Italy and through Eastern Europe, that's just a part of what we are and what we bring. And so understanding how our colors, our shapes, our nuances, our aesthetics, our hair influences the space, it needs to be highlighted. I love what the council did in Milan and trying to, they're surveying a lot of people, trying to figure out what's next, right? They even included a lot more Black models, models from the African diaspora in their showcase. So I'm here for it all. Now the next thing is to see what's the pay parity like, what's the market share like what's going to be this, right? But this is the first step.
Right. It's probably different. I know my first hearing of supermodels who were Black or who were white were getting paid significantly different than one another when one had a little bit more clout than the other. I won't say any names, but it was pretty messed up. And then we have to go into this Taraji B. Henson thing with the color purple, with the pay thing, which it's just a thing. And I don't know what side to really take, but I just want to stand up for what I believe in and also be grateful. So I want to do a little bit of both. But when I do get into those situations, so again, I have never been in those situations, so I can't speak to it. However, I don't know if mixing both would be better. But this really reminded me of like these representations that we've been watching on TV, like Ugly Betty, and those fashion shows that she had to put on, and those last minute flings where just something went wrong and it was all Betty's idea, and it would be all Betty's fault if it messed up. Or like the episode Crenshaw on Insecure. It's all about that representation. I think those are slow moments of us getting ready for things like this. And especially with it being in Paris, it's going to be a different type of exotic. So I'm just glad that they figured it out. And I'm so glad that they're on that runway and just we're all being and doing things together. You know what I'm saying? Without that line of segregation.
Because we're culture, Queen. We are worldwide. We are culture. We influence it. We change it. We keep the pace. We keep the beat. And so give us our flowers. Pay us, right? Let us create, right? Give us the same market share that we need. You look at what somebody like Kanye has done in terms of creating a whole new aesthetic for a fashion show. Showcases are what's hot right now and what's been hot for the past 6 or 7 years. Not just going down the catwalk and going down the runway. Let's just showcase. Let the model stand there, be beautiful, be gorgeous, be sexy, be fine, be creative, be whatever. And look at this art that I'm wearing. And I love the idea of giving us our flowers. Now again, I don't want this to stop. I don't want it to stop at a survey. I want it to keep going. Hopefully, New York Fashion Week does the same thing. Paris Fashion Week does the same thing. And there's parity amongst them all. I hope the train keeps going because we need it, man. We need our flowers.
And so we're gonna
shout out to Naomi Campbell for giving the girls. Just shout out to her before we move to the next segment. I'm sorry because she started it.
Yep.
She bossed up and she continued to keep bossing up. And so we're going to move on that because we are the Black culture, the most influential communities of fashion and beauty. Mm-hmm. We're moving on to barbershops and beauty shops, the talk of the town, how men and women experience getting their hair done / cut. I'm going to start off this first because as the only girl here today, So I love it is. I miss the place. I just recently got my hair done in a salon, and I hadn't done that in years. I miss it. It is a bond that we used to have in the salons like no other, and that we don't have anymore. It's a dying. That's why our culture is not what it used to be, because we don't go to the hair salons anymore. And by me saying this, I also will say I don't like that we don't have a space on our own anymore. I hate barbershops and salons together. I don't want to get ready from ugly to pretty with men around. I hate it. I don't want to go to nail salons and a bunch of men there, because it's all men now in the nail salon. It is crazy. And I commend men for doing it. I'm not mad at that. But I need my own space, my own cave, that I don't need you to see me until I Cinderella it out.
Exactly.
But also too, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna spin the block on this topic when I hear from y'all, because I'm going to spill a little tea. So
I'm a barber. I am a barber, so I just already know the reason why I don't really go into barbershops, because I am a different black male when it comes to being in the black male category, which I'm not negating and I'm not fussing at. I just can't be around that be talking about dumb shit all day. I'm like, you can't talk about sports, pussy, and food enough for me, and shoes. And and then the people walking in the barbershop, it's just a whole thing. So in my mind, I think
more than women do.
Oh, they do now. I'll be like, can it be something good though?
If you want to know all the business, go to a barbershop.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't been in a barbershop in a long time. I've been bald since 1998. But I do remember going, and I recently started taking my son to the barbershop. He loves it. For me, it was the community, looking at the OGs, looking at the old heads, watching them play dominoes in the corner, talk shit, smoke their cigars, talk about the things that you mentioned, Niko. It almost was like a rite of passage. So I remember in high school going to the barbershop and taking my son. He wants to go every week. The way y'all barbers is charging now every week ain't always possible. But listen, I get your prices, man. Get your money. I'm not mad at that, but it's one of those things that I think that barbershop, beauty shop, it is a sacred space. It's become a little performative sometimes, and that has been very annoying. I love the artistry of a barber, being able to see something that a beautician, right? that they being able to see something. I remember when my mom would say, "I don't know what I want," and she come back, and I'm like, "That's wow, they did that." And, just the artistry of it. And so now it's become super performative. Everybody's recording. I mean, you go to some barbershops that got strippers and the stripper pole in the back, and it's
and they ain't
a
doing
lot.
nothing.
Huh?
And they ain't doing anything. The prices are so ridiculous. I'm so glad I've always learned how to do. I always know how to do my own hair, and thank God that the wig trend has come in. That you don't need to go have somebody who just plop a wig on your head and keep on moving, because I can change up a hairstyle. Thanks. This hair is brought to you by. Thanks, Beyonce and Parker.
Come on.
Appreciate it.
Come on, Sacred. Come on, Sacred.
So the prices, all the lines of hair care, you don't really have to go. And the reality of it is, most people who are doing hair now don't have license. Right now in Atlanta, they have a bill that they're trying to change about this. So it's really hard to know what you can and you can't do. And it's going to hurt everybody, because you have everybody that's doing it, and they are taking advantage of it.
You know what I am. That's interesting. I didn't know that about in Atlanta and in Georgia. In Texas, it's you will get arrested if you're operating without a license as a barber or as they don't play licensure. They do not play in the state of Texas. You guys, I'm in Houston, so that's very interesting. I have, however, noticed a larger trend of barbers really getting into esthetician work, learning skin and learning giving facials, no Diddy, with in terms of really skincare, and that's really, really important to me. And so I applaud all of the barbers for doing that, but these prices they are. Man.
What about the man units? What do y'all feel about the man units?
So go ahead, go ahead, Niko. Go ahead.
I think it's creative. It's something that we always been doing it. The man unit, women have been doing it for years. It ain't nothing new to us, but the men have taken it and it has gone to a whole nother art form for them. I love it. Do whatever you do, but I'm gonna tell you, as a straight Black woman, ain't no man laid in the bed with me with no unit, because the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run my fingers through your head, but you better not touch mine.
I'm like a jokester, so
a wrap. You ain't getting nothing if you touch a lace on this head, baby. This hair better. What?
Right. I feel like I'm gonna make a joke, but I'm gonna be okay with it. I feel like I have to laugh at it just a little bit, just to, accept it. And you would just have to know me to know, like, I'm not really gonna maliciously say, hey man unit, or hey wig, or hey belly and toe, because, I'm gonna take you to the nail shop. I'm gonna go take you to the gym. Belly and toe and wig. I'll help you get your edges laid, and I'll probably do your your haircut. So, I'm gonna talk about you, but I'll help you figure it out too. So now I think it's a hee-hee moment that they exist. It's a hee-hee moment that they do exist, but it helps people. There's nothing I can really say about it. I agree with the part where I wouldn't lay up with a man unit, because I don't want it to be all in my bed. It's expensive pillows on there.
It's already bad with the Beijing.
Put a wave cap on like me. Shit, I don't want my shit don't be rubbing and shit. Sorry. Excuse my language.
My ex used to leave a Beijing on my pillows, and I used to die every morning having to wash them things before he come back.
It'd be like a little line.
Yo, flip the pillowcase inside out, so then.
I'm here for it, man. I was totally against it when the trend started, but as someone who suffers from alopecia, I'm here for it. And so I don't have any eyebrows. I lost my beard. If you go look at my Instagram, I had everything fell out from head to toe. And so as such, I've been trying to find a prosthetic eyebrows that don't look arched, right? Because I had very full eyebrows. All the ones that I've seen are arched. I've been trying to find. I don't know if I'm gonna do a beard unit or not. I think that's a lot, but it's one of those things that it's about confidence, because it really hit me hard for about a year and a half. I was on pause from a self-worth, from an image standpoint. I didn't know how much I connected to my own hair, to my beard. So I'm actually here for it. There are a lot of guys who deal with hair loss, and it's an unspoken thing that we just supposed to deal with it. And fuck that, we ain't supposed to deal with it. We got feelings and emotions as well. And so if that's gonna make you feel better, bro, man, put your unit on. Make sure the glue is tight so it don't fall off, right? But do your thing, man.
So we're gonna move on to
let's move on.
We're gonna spin this over to what's the timeline. We're gonna discuss some of the current hot fashions, music, television, and social feeds. So Kalan, you first. What's on your timeline this week?
What's on my timeline is all things NCAA. I'm a sports fanatic, men and women. I listen. I played college sports. I had pro aspirations, didn't happen, but man, I've just been loving the competition, loving this. I love the purity of the sport. Right, it's not about necessarily the money and trying to get the contract, because half of the big players got NIL deals now, and so they're making money on the NIL side. But the biggest thing that I love, what I'm enjoying the most, is the women's side this year. The women's game has just been phenomenal. Shout out to Angel Reese. Keep doing your thing, young queen. And so I love it. It's been all things basketball for like the past week and a half, 2 weeks for me. And so I am in heaven. Even with the Angel Reese's new announcement, it looked like a Vogue ad, the way she announced that she was going pro. Like, I love hearing and seeing how they inserting culture at a young age. Just this young 21-year-old millionaire coming out of college. This is dope to me.
So what about you, Niko?
Well, I have a lot going on. I'm going to go see some family, and I do have some merchandising clients that I'm going to start doing some consultations with. So, I'm just getting my feet wet back into the styling game and the styling world and just getting myself back into there. And I feel like as tired as I am, I work overnight. And, as much as I'll be like, I don't want to do this, I'm going to do it. Get a Sprite, get some coffee, wake up, do it, and take a nap before work, easy. And I got another announcement for us Saturday. So keep that. No, for Saturday. So not yet.
For Saturday. Okay. We're gonna be watching. So
Okay.
My week, the biggest thing in fashion is the new creative director of Valentino was unveiled. We were so sad to see Peter go, but Alessandro Michele from Gucci is taking over the helm. So we're going to be excited to see what he's going to do. Can he bring what he did to Gucci to Valentino? But Valentino has been hot lately. He has taken Valentino to something that it hasn't been. It is commercial. For the first time, I actually can say Valentino is commercial. So can Michelle come along and continue that and make it even more? Because he turned Gucci out for a couple of years. We got sick of it, but he did turn it. So I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
If they can turn Halston around, not him specifically, that person specifically moving from Gucci to Valentino, but if they can turn Halston around in the 80s and now it's still an esteemed brand, I think they got this. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed because I love Valentino's new commercial look. You are absolutely right. So maybe, I don't know.
Who wears Halston?
No one, but
Yo. But I got your point, Niko. Don't let me put it in there. I got your point.
Whatever.
What are you doing?
So, because we have we're going to talk about a little bit more fashion. We're going to talk about Louis Vuitton.
Let's do it.
So this is the LV Spring and Tyler Capsule 2004 collaboration. Tyler, the creator.
All right, let's do this. This guy. Did you zoom in there?
So Pharrell Williams is always collaborating with his Good Judies. And when I say Good Judies, his male Good Judies. And I know this is a male line, but I would love for Black men who get into fashion to collaborate with Black women. Because I'm not saying that Black men don't have style, but we know how Black women influence Black men in their styling, in their music, everything. We're a big influence on them. I would like to see him collaborate with a Black woman for men's line because we as women do influence men. Or also to get some known gay men. Hello, can y'all hear me?
Thank you.
Hello, because all y'all do is bite off of gay men. Hello, and don't give them credit for y'all style because everything that y'all doing, y'all got from the gay men out here, especially the ballroom. I'm just gonna speak it because nobody wants to say it.
Right. I think.
What y'all?
Now that Tyler Creator is a part of the LGBT family, I'm happy that there is a piece of that in the LV community. Okay, it's LVBT. Okay, that's what we can call it now. And he is the B in the V.
Hold on, we're trademarking that because we know y'all about to steal it.
Y'all is don't
for Pride Month.
You know, Pharrell is having fun, man, and that's what it looks like to me. It looks like he's having fun. You know, he always, like you said, he always collaborates. He knows everybody. He has access to people that you know that we would love to have access to. And I just love when I saw that he was adding Tyler the Creator. I knew it was going to be irreverent. I knew it was going to be spicy. I knew it was going to be fun. I knew it was going to be street and edgy. And just seeing the promo of it was it's the little things about the creativity that Tyler has always had has been amazing. Incorporating the backpack movement into LV, they hadn't really done that yet, right? It's been in the skater movement, hadn't really hit LV, it's hit Gucci, it's hit other collabs with Supreme, but them standing alone, I love that, and so it's been a lot of fun. Like Louis having fun, and I'm here for it all. It's the iconic LVMH, the iconic premier brand and house that's still going on, and they're having a lot of fun.
So
and Pharrell is just such a color pop to anybody's life and aesthetic. And when you think about Pharrell, when you think about classic brands that are willing to take that risk to go to the next level, like lime green patterning, I can't wait. I'm happy. I'm excited.
Well, continue on, Pharrell. So, guys, I want y'all to stay tuned for this week's Scammy Award winner of the week. I know that people are excited for this segment. I have enjoyed doing it each week. Continue on with your comments. Comment, like, subscribe, go to our Instagram. Please follow, send us all the message. We will enjoy to see all of that. So make sure that you follow Kalan at Senor Guapo 713 and Niko at NK Brown. You can follow me, Shannon Balenciaga. Special thanks to our executive producer, FALLON and TONI, and our producers, Mara and KARLOS. See you guys next time on Culture Couture.